Have you ever felt like you've hit rock bottom? Like life has scraped you down to the very last drop? Well, let me tell you a peculiar story that changed my perspective on what it truly means to be at the bottom of a barrel. Last summer, I stumbled upon an old antique shop in a random alley I'd never noticed before. You know how sometimes the most meaningful encounters happen by pure chance? The shop owner, an elderly man with kind eyes and weather-worn hands, was selling these beautiful oak barrels. One particular barrel caught my attention. It looked ordinary, maybe even a bit worn out, but the shopkeeper shared a fascinating story about it. "You see," he said, "everyone thinks being at the bottom of the barrel is the worst place to be, but they're wrong." He explained how in the old days the most precious contents of certain liquids, the most concentrated, the most valuable part, would actually settle at the bottom of the barrel. Winemakers knew this secret. The sediment that gathered at the bottom often contained the richest flavors. Time, he said, was the key ingredient, just like how the best things in life need time to develop, to settle, to reach their full potential. When you think you're at the bottom, he continued, you're actually where the magic happens. This got me thinking about all the times in my life when I felt I had hit rock bottom. Those moments when everything seemed random and chaotic, when I thought I couldn't sink any lower. But looking back now, those were the exact moments that preceded my biggest breakthroughs. You see, being at the bottom of the barrel gives you something unique, a foundation. There's nowhere to go but up. And just like those precious sediments that settle at the bottom, sometimes we need to sink to our lowest point to discover our most valuable qualities. The old man sold me that barrel for a surprisingly low price. It's often the beginning of something extraordinary. So the next time you feel like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, remember this story. Remember that sometimes the bottom is exactly where you need to be to find your most precious elements, to gather your strength, and to prepare for your rise back to the top. After all, every great comeback story starts at the bottom of a barrel. It's not about where you are, it's about where you're going from there.